John, what brought you to this work of nonviolent communication?
Actually, two people were very, very foundational for me, very influential for me. One person was Carl Rogers, and the other person, Mahatma Gandhi. And with Carl Rogers, I was back in graduate school in clinical psychology, and of all the wonderful, interesting things I was learning, it was really Rogers' work that touched me the most deeply. And I think what touched me the most was that he was talking about human connection, just human beings connecting in an authentic, real, genuine way. And coming, his view is as a psychotherapist, and he later enlarged his work beyond therapy. But that just what created a real relationship that was contributed to growth and healing and people actualizing their potentials, and what were the qualities that did that, and he came up with these very simple attitudes, but they were so powerful to me. Empathy, just really getting what another person's reality is, really stepping into their shoes and just really being present and getting it. Empathy and being honest and genuine and just without any pretense or facade or trying to look or be anything, just totally being who we are in the moment. And then what he called unconditional positive regard. Just being willing to, no matter what people are saying or doing that we might disagree with, not like, but can I still just see the unconditional value of this human being in front of me, and love is that find that place in ourselves where we could find that appreciation, that love and valuing as for another, just as another human being, you know? And if we can do that, what kind of quality of connection that will contribute to. So Roger's work really deeply impacted me. And then actually at the same time, this is about 15 years ago in graduate school, I also became very impassioned by the work of Mahatma Gandhi. And just the person that he was seemed just amazing to me, the kind of what the extent he went to have integrity, of living what he valued, but also what I saw him put into practice with his work of nonviolence seemed so transformational, so powerful in a way nothing I'd ever experienced before. Where, as I see it now, it's when you're receiving violence, when violence is coming at us, and it doesn't have to be physical; it could be verbal, any form, even subtle, but something coming at us that we might define as a sort of power over of something violent. That how do we choose to respond to that? That's most likely going to create the world that we want, give us what we really want. And I saw Gandhi responding with nonviolence was really responding with love, but love that was strong and powerful. So he and the Indian people, they didn't cooperate with the British with things they thought were unjust, but at the same time there's so that honesty of non-cooperation, but at the same time the compassion of seeing the British in this case with empathy and unconditional positive regard as human beings. And I saw Gandhi combining those two things at the social change level, political and social change level, in terms of dealing with violence or oppression or those kind of systems, structures. But that principle of change and transformation just struck me such a deep chord in me, and the way he lived his life that seemed to be so kind of consistent all the way through. It's like that's what I wanted. I wanted something to do in the world that had to do with what Rogers was talking about and what Gandhi was talking about, that also, that had this sort of larger social change impact. But when I was in this program, I was there for 5 years, and I just didn't quite see myself going down the road of psychologist to do it. But I thought there might be something else there for me. So I left graduate school and I went out to try to find, how could I do these two things? And I had no idea what that could look like. And about 8 months later, I came across Marshall Rosenberg, the founder of Nonviolent Communication, and I saw him at a conference, mediation conference actually, and he started speaking, and it was just like, oh my God, this is completely brought, for me, these two streams together that have been so influential and so deeply resonant for me, that here's this man talking about something that weaves it together in this, for me, this perfect way. And I just knew that was what I wanted to do with my life.